Hi Aries, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Alright, starting off with the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups can speak on family, emotional, spiritual fulfillment, the pursuit of happiness. I'm seeing also the Six of Cups here, which speaks about nostalgia, memories. You could have had something going on where like some memories were triggered from the past. I'm seeing these be happy memories. You could be meeting up with someone and talking about stuff from the past. Some type of conversation. Again, I'm seeing this be something pleasant. There you are, Aries. I'm hearing history. So recounting details from the past. This can be a masculine figure from your past. For some of you, it's a grandfather, it's a father. For some of you, a mother, some type of parent or grandparent. Let's get further. I want to know why the Five of Swords is here. For some of you, there may be, it seems like a lesson that rather than having to go through it yourself, you may be using like information or history in some sort of way that's actually helping you to learn something without, again, having to experience it yourself. That's kind of what this feels like. I'm seeing this be related to something that you might want to avoid. Like, almost like somebody's sage wisdom provides you with guidance and it helps you avoid a situation that you may have found yourself in if you didn't have that conversation or that memory. It feels like a moment of having a thought or a memory or a conversation at just the right time that helps you avoid something. Or learning from somebody's experience. This may also help you, I don't know if this is a choice that you may have made or if this is somebody altogether that you want to be avoiding, but I feel like it's almost like some sticky kind of situation could have been presented to you, but I'm seeing Spirit, I'm hearing your angels also. I'm hearing angels specifically making you aware of something you needed to see. Again, this could have been like a choice that you wanted to make that wouldn't have, that you would have later looked back and been like, I shouldn't have done that. Something like that. Or like some type of heads up about someone that you needed. This can also be learning from your past too. Places you don't want to go anymore. Because I'm seeing like some type of like strict, I'm getting that specifically, strict energy. It feels like, it feels somewhat domineering. And this could have been an energy that you experienced within childhood, and you could have, like, as you've gotten older, reflected on this and could have, like, avoided this specifically because it was something that was presented to you. Or you may be, like, recognizing yourself through someone else that you had an experience with. For a lot of you, I am seeing this be related to the family structure or like community or close friends that you have, and it's about finding happiness within that. And leaving aspects or parts of it that you don't identify with, and also being able to enter into it in the most balanced and pure way. And I'm seeing, for sure, something from your past, whether this be an experience, a memory, someone, a conversation, something like that. I'm seeing that, like, this thing that pops into a current experience that you have, it helps you know how to deal with a situation in a way that you feel like you can represent yourself in the best way possible. And because of heeding the lesson of whatever this is, I'm seeing that it helps you on your way, making progress towards where it is that you want to be, moving the direction you want to be going in. For some of you too, there could have been a decision when it comes to a role that you could have played or someone you could have invited into your life, and there's a sense of there possibly being like an easier or more selfish path, and then making a decision that you feel like is of a higher consciousness and having the choice between those two things. It's like the path of least resistance versus maybe a more difficult path, but you feel better about making that choice because you feel like it's the more wholesome one. I'm seeing too that you may be relying on like your moral code to be helping you out as well with this choice. For some of you, this is related to family. For others of you, this can be related to career. I'm looking at Aries, Libra, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Pluto. This is very interesting. Okay, so I'm seeing something about unconditional positive regard here. It's like making sure that when you're talking about other people that you're doing so in a way that's filled with compassion and love. Because I'm seeing that there could have been an opportunity maybe for you to choose how you were going to like speak about someone or a situation, and I'm seeing some type of lesson that was learned. And it's all about the way that you conduct yourself, the way that you're speaking out loud. I'm seeing too definitely a gift with words here as well. And about what you create when you speak to Aries. Yeah, this reminds me very much of like thinking before you speak because of what that creates. For some of you too, there may be something that you have the ability to create or make. And you may be using this creatively. It's like maybe even some special skill that you have in a project that you're working on. Here, let's get 3 more. So I'm seeing work that's being done when it comes to the way that you speak. Really being able to listen. I'm seeing this be very much related to the throat chakra. So when we speak about the throat chakra, it's not just about like speaking your truth. It's about being able to speak from an authentic space, thinking about what you're saying before you say it. It's about like the more authentically and clearly you're speaking, the more you're able to pick up on other people's intentions when you listen to them, and like really be able to hear what they're hearing, what you're hearing, what they're saying behind the words. So I'm seeing something that's being worked on when it comes to reflection, and maybe even the ways that we have conversations with someone in particular, maybe conversations in general. And I'm also seeing like this new way that you're doing things, and I'm seeing it be like a very centered and wholesome space. It feels very much like I'm hearing loving awareness. This kind of feels like a new way that you're doing things because you're working on something here, and it looks like you've been much more thoughtful. Yeah. You could recognize as well, it's like as soon as you feel like you're on the outskirts or you're misunderstood, maybe you're recognizing like the way that your language changes to reflect that, and you're like, when I feel good about myself and when I'm being compassionate with myself, it enables me to speak with others from a more loving place. Yet when I'm struggling with things like my patience is more thin, and like I may say things that are more argumentative or maybe not nice, and this is something that I want to think about. And it feels like a really big lesson here. Yeah, it feels too like at times when you feel stressed out, if you engage in things, you may not like the outcome of like how certain situations go, how conversations go, what you commit to, what you say, the things that you start, what comes from that. So instead, there's a move to be more reflective here and learning to not take on more things than you feel you can manage too. So also practicing discernment and not overcommitting yourself to things to the point of feeling overwhelmed and feeling like you can't get things done that you want to be working on. This also reminds me too about like really thinking about the things that you're committing to prior to committing to them, and being like, is this something I want to be involved in? Do I want to actually do that? And also moving away from a place of feeling like guilty if there's something that you don't want to do or that you feel like you can't fit on your plate for any reason, and letting that be reason enough for you once you've thought it over. For some of you as well, there's also this notion of knowing that you have a certain talent or special talents and gifts, and figuring out the best way to use these and not overuse them to the point of feeling completely depleted as well. And this can just be with your energy in general too. It's like, how much do I want to be engaging? What do I want to be engaging in? Choosing empowering ways to channel your energy too. Ones that help unify rather than polarize things. This feels related to stress level as well. Like the more discernment you're practicing in what you are and aren't engaging in and how you're engaging in things, the more that it's enabling you to manage stressful times as well. And maybe even to do something where there's like less of the occurrence of you feeling stressed out too, because of these choices that you're making for yourself. Yeah, it seems like something could have happened and you also could have like avoided a situation. It would have been something disruptive, but I feel almost like you could have observed this happening and you may have like stepped back from something. This may be something upcoming for you. Maybe you're also recognizing how much you want to be involved in things and how much you don't want to be involved in things too. Because I'm seeing something happening and it's like you may notice a situation that seems a bit murky. I'm also hearing convoluted or dramatic, something like that. And because of avoiding this altogether, I'm seeing that you avoid like some big mishap that could have happened or something that you wouldn't have wanted to be involved in had you been able to play the tape to the end. And I'm seeing this be centered around some sort of like dialogue or conversation that you could have. It's like maybe somebody wants to involve you in some sort of like drama, or you have the opportunity to get in somebody's business or something like that. But because of avoiding it, I'm seeing that you avoid something even bigger that would have happened. So being very deliberate about what you say, the conversations that you keep, it feels like as well. I'm just looking at Saturn and Virgo here. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.